The realm. Do you know what the realm is? It's the 1,000 blades of Aegon's enemies. A story we agreed to tell each other over and over till we forget that it's a lie.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon video. In this video, I want to have a look at all of HBO's new official photos from this Sunday's episode. Their photos give us another great look at what will be happening in episode 8 of House of the Dragon. If any of you do not want to know what happens in the following episode, I would highly recommend shutting off this video now because I will not be holding anything back. I always say exactly what's on my mind, even if it does reveal major events from the season. Most of you who are ride or die with me know that already. Now, before we start actually looking at these new official photos, I want to let all of you know about something that I think you could find as beneficial as I do. I want to discuss the sponsor of this video, AtlasVPN. As I'm sure most of you already know, all of us are at risk of having our identity stolen on a daily basis as more and more of our information and data goes onto the internet. What some of you might not know is that one of the best ways of stopping this from happening is by the use of a VPN service. I actually use mine every day. In fact, I won't turn on any of my devices unless I'm already connected. Well, this month I've joined forces with AtlasVPN to bring you the most affordable deal on online protection for as little as $1.99 each month. They also give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, other than guarding your online identity, AtlasVPN also blocks malware and malicious links. They will make sure your Google searches are private, and they'll give you access to online shopping deals and even notify you whenever someone is trying to steal your identity. One of my favorite things about AtlasVPN is it also gives you access to other regions' content on the different streaming services like Netflix. For example, if something is only available in the UK, all you have to do is switch your IP address to gain access to it in the US. Right now, AtlasVPN is running a massive discount to where you can actually get a 3-year subscription for only $1.99 each month. And don't forget, that also has a 30-day money-back guarantee. All of you can jump on that deal right now before time runs out by going to the link in my description. I recommend grabbing that deal now. Once again, I would like to thank AtlasVPN for sponsoring the video. Alright, now let's see what's going to be happening in all of the different scenes in the new episode this Sunday. In the first new photo from HBO, we see Rhaenyra's eldest son, Jacaerys Velaryon. Once again, HBO has found another new actor to step in as Rhaenyra's firstborn son. He should remain in the show from here on out. Now, if you look at some of these other photos as well as the official video HBO released earlier in the week for the episode, I believe we will see a feast held by Viserys in King's Landing. We actually hear about the feast in George R.R. Martin's novella. They may do this a little differently in the show, but basically what happens is Viserys has a feast to celebrate his recovery. He more or less forces his wife Alicent and his daughter Rhaenyra, as well as their children, to attend the feast as a way for them to hopefully fix their severed relationships. In a show of harmony, Rhaenyra was wearing a green dress for Alicent, and Alicent was wearing a black dress for Rhaenyra, and many declarations of love were made during the feast. Daemon raised a glass for Ser Otto and thanked him for his service as Hand of the King, and Ser Otto even showed some love to Daemon as well. Meanwhile, Alicent and Rhaenyra's children greeted each other and broke bread together at the table, or so the records say. However, later that evening, after Viserys had left, Mushroom says Aemon One Eye lifted his drink in the air for his Valyrian cousins. He spoke in a mock admiration of their brown hair, brown eyes, and their strength. Aemon said, "I have never known anyone so strong as my sweet cousins," he ended. "So let us drain our cups to these 3 strong boys." Still later, Mushroom says Aegon was angered when Jacaerys asked his wife Helaena for a dance. That's right, Aegon eventually does marry his own sister, Helaena. Angry words were then thrown at each other, and the boys might have fought each other if not for the intervention of the Kingsguard. Whether Viserys was ever informed of these incidents we do not know, but Rhaenyra and her sons went back to their own seat on Dragonstone the next morning. Now, although this fight was avoided in George R.R. Martin's novella, it doesn't look like that will happen in the show. We've already seen Aegon and Lucerys fighting, as well as Aemon and Jacaerys. As you can see, HBO has released a bunch of new photos from this scene. We see Aemon addressing Rhaenyra's sons right before their fight. We also see Aegon sitting here having his dinner. And there's also a handful of photos of Alicent and her father Ser Otto at the feast. It should be very fun watching everyone as they act like they're friends with the other side. We all know these relationships are over. Rhaenyra, Alicent, and their sons will never get along with each other ever again. Especially not after Aemon lost his eye, and Alicent lost her damn mind after she ran at Rhaenyra and her sons while she had the Valyrian steel dagger in her hand. These new photos show us another very interesting scene that will be happening within the Red Keep of King's Landing. If you saw HBO's video, then you already know we will see Ser Otto Hightower sitting on the Iron Throne. We also know Rhaenyra and her sons will be here as well. In HBO's new photos, you can see Rhaenys will also be here, and I find this very interesting because of how she is standing. If you look at Rhaenys in the photo, it looks as if she's addressing Ser Otto. Not only is she standing off to the side, but everyone seems to be looking at her. Daemon, his daughter, and Rhaenyra are definitely looking her way, and Rhaenys does not look very happy. In fact, I would say she looks kind of sad, or as if something bad might be happening. Now, if you look at this other new photo from HBO, you can see Vaemon Velaryon is here as well. I also find this very interesting because of what we heard in HBO's official video for the upcoming episode. We hear how the Sea Snake has suffered a grave injury during his fighting in the Stepstones. Then we see Vaemon on Driftmark asking Rhaenys about the Driftwood Throne. If you saw one of my last videos, then you know I think Vaemon will make a move to get the Driftwood Throne for himself. Not only is the Sea Snake gravely injured, but his heirs to Driftmark are now dead as well. Lady Laena Velaryon is dead, and as we all know, Laenor Velaryon faked his death. That only leaves Rhaenyra's sons, but Vaemon and everyone else already knows they're not legitimate heirs. I think Vaemon is there on Driftmark asking Rhaenys to make him the new heir, and I think this might have something to do with what's happening in the Great Hall of the Red Keep. Vaemon is there for some reason, and Rhaenys is standing before the Iron Throne, looking all sad for some reason. I do wonder if Vaemon is forcing her hand. And I also wonder if Vaemon and Ser Otto made a deal behind the scenes. We did see Ser Otto is discussing something with someone in the video, and we see Vaemon is discussing something with someone as well. I wonder if they're having a meeting and working something out together. There's a good reason he's asking Rhaenys about the Driftwood Throne, while the Sea Snake just so happens to be gone and injured. And there's gotta be a good reason why Rhaenys is standing before the Iron Throne looking like this. Also, if you remember from HBO's video, we even see how shocked Lucerys looks when Vaemon rolls up in King's Landing like he owns the city. I think he's about to make a major move in this next episode that will stun everyone. Let me know what you think. Now, in the last new photo HBO released, we see Daemon holding the dragon egg again. Now that him and Rhaenyra have been married for a few years, I believe they've already had their first son. And like I said in one of my last videos, I think he's giving the egg to their newborn son. Either that, or maybe Daemon is up to something sneaky as well. We do know he will be reuniting with his former lover Mysaria. They were shown meeting up together in the dark hallways of the Red Keep. Maybe Daemon will use the dragon egg as some sort of currency for something else. As you all know, dragon eggs are worth a lot of money. He could use it to get an army, or maybe some other things of high value. Maybe it's only me, but I don't think he's looking for Mysaria for sex. I think he's making a move of his own, but we shall see. Once again, I think we're about to be in for one hell of an episode. This show is about to go to a whole new level now that we're finally on the verge of the Dance of the Dragons. I would get ready, my friends, because the dragons are about to make it rain fire over Westeros. Do any of you agree with what I said, or is there something I'm missing or overlooking? I want to hear what you have to say. As always, I want to thank all of you for watching my video. I hope all of you have a great day. I will see you again very soon. Bye.